Hello and welcome back to another video. Basically it's been a while since I've done one of these, but it's a video containing the vast majority of game related items that I've bought over the last 2 or 3 months. So not really been actively going out there looking to buy stuff, but you know what it's like, you get bored, you go on eBay, you find yourself a little bit of a bargain, you know, you get that immense satisfaction when it comes through the door and then you've got some new things to show. So with that being said, first thing I'm going to show you is a Sega Mega Drive. Now I took a bit of a punt on this actually. It was listed on eBay and it had only just been listed when I seen it, and the buy it now price was £25 or best offer, but in the description the seller had mentioned that he didn't really know if the system worked properly, he couldn't get an image to come on the screen, and that the price was just there for a price to be there. He was willing and open to offers, so I sent him a cheeky offer of £10 over because it had an RF lead sold into the back, and that started a little alarm bell ringing in my head. This was perhaps an original Japanese model. So anyway, I sent him a £10 offer, and I thought he'll reply back to me £22.50 or something, and he didn't. He replied back £12, so I ripped his arm off, paid him straight away, and along it came. And lo and behold, as I had sort of thought it would be, it was a proper Japanese model. I don't know if you can read the model number there, and it's a 1990 board, and inside there was an RF lead soldered. There was actually a box, an RF box, and then a lead plugged into that coming out the back here, and there was also across the back of the motherboard there was some points soldered to turn it to 50 Hz. So I just undone the solder, replaced the cut trace, and fully working 60 Hz native Japanese console for £12 delivered. Can't really go wrong. So yeah, quite pleased with that. So next up, I've got a Joypad, and it's a Mega Drive 6-button pad. Now it's actually the second revision, it's a Japanese one. As you can perhaps tell, it's actually really small. Now, I had bought this thinking I would use it to hack to make a joystick, because it was £10 on eBay. And unfortunately, it's a little bit more complicated to solder one of these up for an arcade stick, so I'm going to go back to my original idea of using a 3-button pad. All the same, it's nice to have, especially as I've got multiple screens, multiple Mega Drives. It means if I have a load of people over and we've got a 4-player game going, I can still have a couple of pads and have even more Mega Drive action on the go if necessary. So I think I'm definitely going to keep it. The lead is a little bit short, as you do get with these Japanese consoles. I have got an extension though, so not the end of the world. So for £10, and it feels really nice. It does feel really nice. I've opened it up, cleaned it up and everything. The carbon pads are in really nice condition. So yeah, for £10, I think that's alright, not too bad. Next up, I've got Sonic Wings Special. I've already made a gameplay video of this. Absolutely adore this series. It's not the most complicated of the shooters, but I think what it does really well. And perhaps played at least the going rate on this, but I've had so many bad experiences with eBay. I wanted to go with someone who I knew was reliable, had a good reputation, so I bought this from Video Game Import. I think it was £25, but it come really well packaged, in really nice condition, so massive thanks to Lee from Video Game Imports for that. Definitely be back to get some more stuff in the future, you know, as and when something comes up that's at the right price that I'm interested in. So now we've got a bit of Mega Drive action, and we've got Espot. Now I paid £9 for this delivered. Unfortunately, it came in a Japanese case that was damaged, so as you can see, I put it in a PAL case. Now, the seller offered me a £1.50 refund, which wasn't going to buy me a new box, so he agreed to send me another box. Unfortunately, because I'm a bit fussy, it still wasn't quite to my standards, so I decided to just use this spare one that I've been keeping. But really decent game. Surprised it took me so long to get this. First 2 levels sort of play a bit like Shinobi, I guess, and then the 3rd level you get the robotic suit, a little bit like Robocop. You've got a lot more abilities. It really ramps up the difficulty at that point. I've not beaten the 3rd level yet. I can get to the 3rd level boss, just need to work it out, but absolutely brilliant, epic boss music. The boss music is what really drew me to this game, but yeah, this is a solid title on the Mega Drive. and it seems to be readily available for hardly anything, so I would totally recommend picking that up. Next we've got a sports title, and I don't mind the odd sports title on the Mega Drive, and the thing is, when you've got as many Mega Drive games as me, there's not a huge amount that are affordable that I actually still want. But I did decide I wanted an ice hockey game, so I did a little bit of research and ended up buying NHL 96. Now this was brand new and sealed, I think it was £6. So I originally had the original Electronic Arts EA hockey, but this one seemed to be have the most favourable reviews, so I thought I'd go for it, and it is fantastic. It supports the 4-score for a start. The atmosphere when you're playing, the sound effects and the different, like, you know, the organ coming across and everything, it is very authentic actually, and it plays brilliantly still, so really pleased to get that. Definitely going to have to get some 4-score action on the go, because who doesn't love a bit of ice hockey, especially when you can just like brutally ram into them. That's what I loved about Electronic Arts titles, you know, even when like the whistle had gone you could still beat up the other team. Always good for a laugh. So last but certainly not least is a game that I've owned before, the PAL version. I actually bought this back in the day, and it's Rolo to the Rescue. Now I've actually got a soft spot for these Japanese Electronic Arts cases, which is probably the main reason that I bought this, but it is a fantastic game. The biggest issue with this title is that it's a really long game and there's no password or save feature, so if you want to complete it you've got to go all the way through, you know, in one sitting. Unless of course you play on an emulator or something like that. But it's really clever. It's probably a bit too clever for its own good. Basically there's about 5 different characters, including Rolo as an elephant, and they've all got different abilities and attributes, and you can switch between them and stack them on top of each other to get over various puzzles and obstacles. And it's a thinking man's platformer, but if you're into these kind of games I think you'll find a lot to like here, so I would certainly recommend picking that up. And it doesn't matter, as I've said before, with these Electronic Arts titles, if you buy the Japanese versions you are somewhat missing out, because they have been translated to Japanese completely. There's no English in them, or hardly any English, so you will miss the story, the humour, that kind of thing. If that's important to you, then I would still recommend, if you're just into the, you know, the cartridge way of buying things, I would recommend the European and American versions for most Electronic Arts titles. But all the same, you know, delicious box art. They really did go to town, and I don't know if you can see, actually, slight difference in size. So, I don't know, I've got a soft spot for them. I could see me buying more, but as it is at the moment, I think I've got space for one more game, and it's basically as games come in, certain ones have got to go out, and that's just the way it's going to be from now on. And that's the way I want it to be, so that's it for now. I thank you for watching. Hopefully upload some more videos soon.